Alright, so Walshy here. I'm going to give you some of my first impressions on the MLG V1 game types that Ghost Yami has released just recently, just earlier this week actually, in fact. So some of the first biggest changes we have is there are no multiple loadouts anymore. It's just one loadout with battle rifle, 2 frag grenades, resupply, and explosives. So that's a huge change. Some of the biggest things I've noticed is, alright, long range fights, they play out completely differently because battle rifle doesn't have as much auto aim long range, for one. Two, obviously has slight spread. You have to keep your cursor a bit more accurate. So I definitely feel like the long range fights take more skill, especially when it's battle rifle versus battle rifle. But I feel like I'm at a huge disadvantage anytime I'm going against a sniper in these versions because DMR kind of equalizes sniper at long range, especially the fact that you don't get unzoomed now with Halo 4's mechanics. So that's one concern of mine when I'm playing these, because I feel like some of these snipers are going to be able to dominate so much harder than they already are. But let me actually show you on Ghost Yami's website of what he has going on here. So let me switch over this. So this is ghostayami.blogspot.com. And you can see that he released this on Wednesday, January 2nd. And shows, first off, where you can download these game types and the maps. You can either go gamertag, file share, Ghostayami, or to the gamertag game battles and download all these. On top of that, he shows what he did through a testing version. So he shows what changes made from testing version 4 to MLG V1. He shows some overhead views of each map, and I'll actually show one of these to kind of give a breakdown of it. So first off, let's go over weapon time spawns. So for example, sniper, 120 seconds. That means it spawns 120 seconds after it was last picked up. Whereas railgun, where it says 120 seconds static, that means it spawns 120 seconds no matter what. You can grab it at the 119 seconds into the game, and a new railgun will spawn a second later. Obviously, this plays more effect with the weapons like sniper, rockets, railgun on simplex, where you actually have to time them. And the other thing I really like about his site right here with these overhead views is it gives kind of the popular callouts. So for those that are new to MLG, you can actually learn, what these players are calling them through the customs. Obviously, like Blue Bridge, Open Ramp, Mohawk, Closed Ramp, all these sort of things. And also, he doesn't show this on here, but I like one of the reasons that MLG strives to be better in game types or more fair game types is they actually give more equal starting spawns. So for example, all those that have played Haven Infinity Slayer, which I'm sure everyone here who's played Halo 4 has, you start at Open Ramp and Closed Ramp at the very beginning of the game, whereas in MLG game types you'll start over at Red Ramp and Blue Ramp, which kind of makes the map into a symmetrical start, whereas it's obviously not equal starts with the other settings. So first impression on some of these is I really think that we've kind of stripped down the game a bit more than I would like, and you can kind of view that from from Slayer Pro playlist, where you don't see that many people playing that compared to Infinity Slayer. Now, I'm not saying that we have to play vanilla Halo 4. I'm not even saying that we have to use DMR. I'm saying that we do have to have more options, more loadout options. And by that, I mean we could go with something such as mobility, ammo, shielding, having some of those coupled to BR, because that way you can actually have some more strategy of the game. By that I mean, let's say you're playing a drift CTF and they're running your flag and they're already halfway across the map. You could choose the mobility loadout. That way you can actually sprint over there and possibly have a chance of stopping it and have sprint the entire time. Or you can go with the ammo loadout if you're team sniper, or that you're getting this weapon right off the bat so that you can get a couple more rounds with it. I just think that we're missing some of the possible depth that we have to Halo 4 with these current settings. These are just V1, so I'm really looking forward to see what happens in the future. And I guess the other change I forgot to mention was that there are no armor abilities at the start anymore. You actually get those in ordnance drops now. You get your choice of thruster pack, hard light shield, or hologram. So I still am not sure how I feel about this. The more I've played it, the more I've had some fun with it, but I still just don't feel we're reaching this full potential with Halo yet. And I also feel some other changes that we should be doing with these MLG game types is having consistency through all these game types. So for the most part, you see snipers always 120 seconds on most maps, except for abandoned, where it's 60 seconds. Or you see that railgun is on a static spawn for 2 out of the 3 maps. I just feel some of those should be just kind of easy changes to start off right at the beginning, because even someone who's as hardcore into MLG as myself, I should be able to pick these up right away and kind of know what the power-up times are, what the weapon times are, if they're going to be static spawn or if they're going to be on a spawn where when you pick it up, like the overshield or the sniper, where they're not static. So I guess those are some of my first impressions. I kind of would like to hear what you guys have to say about this, because yeah, I mean, I really don't know what the community's kind of feeling at this point, because these just came out. I've only had a chance to play, like I said, about 20 games or so of this. I played some 2v2s with Strong Side Ninja, Ghostiami, played a couple Game Bells matches, played some 4v4 customs with these. So yeah, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts, and love to hear what you think about there just being the one loadout now, because I'm not sure if some people in MLG are ecstatic about that, thinking, alright, we're kind of going back to our Taylor route, or if you feel that you're stripping down the game more, kind of how I feel about it. So yeah, please leave your comments below. You can actually check out Ghostiami's website in the description below, and most importantly, I've done some research on YouTube stuff, and I think most of the things on there are like cat videos, so I figure if I just hold this cat up there, this is Bootsy Cat, for like 10 seconds, that'll get like a few more thousand views. So just hold still, cat. A few more seconds. Alright, keep racking up those views, Boots. Nice. Alright, so that guarantees me at least 10,000 views on this video. Thanks for watching, and let me know your thoughts below.